I'm having a look at your T-shirt and it says, "It is what it is."
Reminds me of something that the late, great Leonard Cohen said about a month before he passed away. He was interviewed on National Public Radio, I think it was, and I happened to listen to the interview, and the interviewer asked him, "You've done so many things in your life. You've had so many relationships. You've done so many drugs. You've been, lived in an ashram, a Buddhist monasteries. You come from deep Jewish roots and something which you have never really left. You've been a real spiritual seeker. Can you say in one sentence what you learned from all of these teachings?" And Leonard Cohen answered, "Don't whine."
Yeah.
Now, that, it is what it is synonymous with don't whine. In other words, it's accepting what life throws you and learning to make it work as best as you possibly can. And I remember something Deborah and I did the first time we went to Delhi, India. And everyone had said to us, if you go to Delhi, get out of Delhi because you can't handle it. It's the smells, the poverty, everything. And we got ourselves into a mindset that we were just going to accept what we saw. We were going to try to get rid of our Western sensibilities as much as possible and have an "it is what it is" experience. And for 3 days we wandered the streets of Delhi. I ended up playing a cricket game with a bunch of street kids. I'm a baseball player, I never played cricket before. I hit a home run, which apparently wasn't supposed to be a home run, it was an out, I think. But to me it was a home run. We had amazing experiences because we let go of judgment. And I think it doesn't mean you don't cry. It doesn't mean that you don't rage against injustices and just accept things. It's not a fatalistic, karmic sort of approach to life. But it is an acceptance of this is what it is, and now deal with it. Make it work. Learn and grow from it.
Right. One of the things that occurs to me, as the book progresses, is that you're taking twists and turns that you really didn't expect to take. I mean,
right.
your end goal kind of got discarded somewhere along the way. This idea of being able to be flexible and to take these experiences and go with them.
It's interesting. I wouldn't use the word flexible. It's interesting you chose
Yes.
that word. I would use something else. I would say, again, I go back to this whole question of authenticity. There was such a desire, and that was our primary goal, to reach a level of authenticity, of not running away from ourselves. That what you would call flexibility, I would say, was a kind of being guided towards the truth in a particular, direction. Certain circumstances were teaching us certain lessons, and the lessons were quite compelling. So it wasn't a matter of flexibility. It was like, hello, go right. Mm-hmm. Because if you go left, you're going to go into a pit. It was sometimes that clear, we just had to follow the signs. And I'm not talking about some kind of mystical way. Sometimes the things were really pretty clear that we needed to do certain stuff. And I couldn't run away from myself, and Deborah couldn't run away from herself.
It was perhaps even more than that. Not just that you couldn't run away, but you were actually working towards yourselves.
Sure. I would say that ultimately the transformation that occurred for me and for Deborah is not something that we would have imagined, asked for, expected, and in my case, I wouldn't even said I wanted.
Right.
But it turned out to be absolutely where we needed to be.